I always had a girl group fantasy, alone in my room at 3 a.m. My first challenge was not the first dance class. I was shaking in my boots because I had to drive to the dance studio. I'm a girly with driving anxiety. Guess what? I survived. We live another day. So since I decided to start dancing the new year, it gave me a sort of unique drive, so I thought the new year was a perfect time to start dancing. I'm ready for dance class. Low-key so scared. This time I didn't try to pre-learn the choreography, so I'm kind of expecting not to remember it. So I'm just gonna try to enjoy it, but nonetheless, I'm scared. So scared, like about to vomit, scared. I really wish a friend could come with me, but hey, new year, gonna challenge myself. We gotta start somewhere, so let's go. I also had a lingering feeling that if I didn't start dancing now this year, I would just never get around to it. If I were to be honest with myself, for the past 5 or 6 years, I've always liked looking at dance videos. I've always had that desire to learn, but it was always the mental block holding me back. The super tricky thing about the dance studio is the classes don't have a concrete level. There's no concrete beginner or hard, because every choreography is a little bit different. And combined with me being self-conscious about being a beginner and not wanting to look bad, it's very confusing to navigate. I've always been a person that wanted to know what I was walking into beforehand, trying to prep. What I did to try and ease that fear, which ended up not being a good thing, was to learn the choreo before class. Like, why am I even going to class if I'm learning it by myself? Eventually, though, I did realize that was unsustainable because I'm a working girly, and trying to take time out of the afternoon to learn the choreo beforehand just to not look dumb in front of people was ridiculous. I set some concrete goals for myself, and my first one was I wanted to consistently go to dance class, and I also wanted to work on my dance retention. I knew in my heart of hearts I was not great at memorizing things. My coordination is okay, but I know if I think too hard about left and right and movements and order, my body just freezes up. I felt like consistency wasn't that hard for me because I'm a very routine person, and once I built in which days I would go to class with which teachers and which dance styles, as long as that is set in stone, then it's not hard for me to drive there and just attend. For some reason, I felt like since dance was further away, it was like an hour drive. Because it was harder to get to, somehow my resolve to do it was actually more strong. So goal number 1 down, we got the consistency. Now, how do I actually build a library of dance moves and be good at memorization and retention? I always believed, and I still believe now, that if I have that dance library, and if I didn't have to think so hard about which move comes next, I would enjoy dance more. So at first I tried a lot of things to try and improve my memory. I tried mnemonics, I tried syncing certain things to the music. I tried naming the moves. I also tried matching certain moves to the beat. Eventually, I realized it wasn't just my brain trying to remember the order of things. It was also my body and my muscles contorting in ways that I have never done before in my life. I would get really frustrated in class, like maybe even tear up a little bit because my mind knew what I wanted to do, but my body just wouldn't follow. And that frustration is really hard to swallow sometimes. But my rational self reminded me that I needed to be kinder to myself and that dancing in these ways is actually really hard. And it doesn't mean that I'm not smart or I'm not talented or I am not meant for dance. It just means my body has to get used to moving in these ways. In the beginning stages, I couldn't even do the warm-ups correctly. Like, I would panic looking at the teacher, thinking, oh, am I following the right direction for the warm-ups? Am I stretching in the right way? Like, do I look the same as the teacher in the warm-ups? Like, can you believe I'm panicking about the warm-ups? I used to care a lot about the video recording we would do during dance class. So one class would go like warm up, teaching the choreo, we would drill it a little bit, then we would split into groups and we would film the choreography. I always panicked, and I still do to this day panic when we film, because you kind of have maybe 2 or 3 tries to quote unquote get it right. And on principle, you know you shouldn't care that much about the class video, because if you fail, maybe you just don't have to post it. And to this day, I obviously still want to get a good video. Who doesn't want to look good and get a video back that they can look at home and be proud of? But I think at least nowadays I care a lot less about how the video turns out. So I'm really reminding myself to trust the process when it comes to video recording. I also met a few new friends at the studio. Well, I think few might be an understatement. I met a lot of new friends at the studio, and that has been a really surprising and welcome side effect of going to dance. As an adult, I always found it really hard to make friendships, because now that I'm not in college anymore, I don't really get to see the same people over and over. Oh, I can't believe it. I just made new girlfriends. They asked me, you wanna get dinner? I was like, hell yeah, I wanna get dinner. So, oh my god, I'm so honored to make girlfriends. This is the best day of my life. I also felt like having those familiar faces around me gave me a lot more confidence, because I no longer feel like I'm stepping into a class of the teacher and her best friends. You know, it's more like the teacher is my best friend and all of the students are also my best friends, and we're just friends dancing together. And that feeling just set the tone really differently and gives you a peace of mind when you step into the dance studio. I remember having kind of an aha moment in one of the classes. It was one of the harder choreo classes. I did really, really well in it, because that day I kind of had like a nonchalant attitude, because previously I had failed in a couple of classes to really dance to the level that I aspired to or think that I could do. Just finished dance class. I feel like this time I got the mental strength to push through, and even though I couldn't keep up, this class was so fast, like all the choreo was so fast, but I kept on trying to encourage myself, like giving myself words of affirmation in the middle, like I'm smart, I can do it, you know, feeling that good energy. And that's what dance is all about. At the same time, right after that very good class, I took another advanced choreo class because they were back to back, and I absolutely bombed it. But I think that was a failure I really needed, because that taught me if I was wearing the same outfit at this almost the same mindset, you know, if I could slay the first class and bomb the second one, that means nothing was really wrong with me. It was just a skill level issue, or maybe the issue with the choreo. At that time, I really wanted a breakthrough to happen, because I put in all that thought and anxiety and effort in dance. And I am a person that really values progress, so having a breakthrough that I was seeking was monumental for me. And while I had become a better dancer in the sense that I would get the moves faster nowadays, and the memory is a little bit better, I'm still not the best at dance retention, but I'm getting there. My most transformative experience is really about my mindset and not the physical act of dance. I started feeling like everyone around me wants me to be successful. And after going through all that mental anguish, I knew if my mental state was better, usually I would dance a little bit better too. So at the moment, I've been dancing for almost half a year. I actually stopped going to my more intermediate advanced classes that are choreo based, because I really felt like I got burnt out a little bit trying to force myself into that box, because I thought if I went to a more advanced class that I would catch the vibes that other people were having from the more experienced dancers and I would progress faster. But I really felt like now I want to maximize enjoyment rather than progress. The classes that suit my level actually make me enjoy dance more, so I'm just gonna lean into that for now and see where it takes me. Often my biggest enemy and biggest obstacle is myself. Through dance, I really feel like I'm changing that. Dance for me at the moment is kind of physical, it's kind of mental, it's kind of spiritual. I'll just keep on showing up and see where it takes me. I'm just really enjoying dance right now, and I'm really happy that I can share my experience with you. So if you are kind of a shy girly that also sort of has the same ambition as me, but the same obstacle, I hope that this video really helped you. And I'd love to hear about your journey into dance, where you're currently at right now. And I hope that you can stick with me when I give another update in the future. Love you guys. Bye.